as I mentioned, it was always Imperial coming out on top at the half. They had an 8-4 scoreline as their T side concluded, and yet still ODDIK came back in a big way, as you mentioned, winning it in regulation 13-11, only letting 3 rounds slip on their seat or on their T side, excuse me. So if we can get to Anubis, if they can win one of those first 2 maps, I feel like they have a very real chance of being able to take down BESTIA once again. With that said, we are into the action, ladies and gentlemen. It is the pistol round for map 1. It is Nuke. It's not the same game as yesterday, but it's the same maps. Aggression towards ramp is the name of the game. Myron mollied away, but not before he finds Naite. Ponter will take the map control in the meanwhile at Molotov, forcing them away, but still, advantage remains. I like the play from Woody out towards Hut. He finds an opening, he slips the gap, and he'll find one. Myron, though, finds Matios, and Noxy says night to Ponter. Woody has to do it all. His teammate falls, Turtle taken down. The last alive on site is Woody. He's found 3, but he has 2 more, both from the same angle, and that makes things nigh impossible on 11 HP. Tomazin, one shining star from yesterday, is the one to finish the job here in the pistol round.
But it was a very even fragging performance from BESTIA in the pistol. It is very hard to glean much from a pistol round, but at the very least, pretty much everyone contributed, only Deco failing to find a kill. Myron with 2 is a very good sign for BESTIA as well. Deco will go for the MP9, everybody else on the M4A1S. Very minimal utility, but the fact that BESTIA denied the bomb plant is extra special for them. It doesn't let ODDIK buy up into this round, so they'll have presumably M4A1s and the MP9 into round number 3, the first gun round of this game. Naite has bought in that Deagle. That is all the investment for ODDIK. Everybody else sits on the Glock 18. Or it's, as I like to think of it, the real-life counterpart, the Glock 19, which is a 9mm. But, you know.
Right, it's the Glock. Leave it ambiguous. Yeah. We will get the Glock Counter-Strike 2 edition one day. Luchov at garage using the M4 to its strengths. That's range. Matios, Naite taken out. The Deagle's still in play for Woody now. Turtle does not fare much better against Tomazin in towards ramp. Again, the M4's at range. A1S is especially just so accurate. The last alive is Ponter. He drops down below underneath the marshmallow. Deco doesn't know it's a possibility. He's not going to go to or is he? MP9 in hand. He misses the spray. That's ugly. Ponter, though, still stuck, still dead to rights. He will be taken down. All 4 rifles stay standing, but that could have been a flawless one if the MP9 spray connected.
It could have and probably should have, although Luchov will drop that M4 over to Deco, so this will be a much stronger buy to counter the AKs of ODDIK. But Nate, you've piqued my interest with a CS2 Glock partnership, and I'm thinking, like, what, did they include skins or something on these?
They could.
Because if they did, I would have to get one, and I don't want to have to spend that money.
That's true. Spending money is hard.
Especially knowing the price that would be.
Yeah, that would demand a premium, that's for sure. Good start. Or slow start, I should say.
It's a good start for BESTIA. No damage.
The other ones. Yeah, no damage taken, no damage received. Or no damage received, no damage given, excuse me. And there we go. Finally a duel being taken. I thought there was an early casualty in towards the door, but it comes a little later than expected. The smoke one is felled. Naite knows that Luchov can be here. He does lots of damage, but can't get the kill. Woody trying to make up the space, gets dinked, but finds the kill. Deco picks up where his teammate left off again through a smoke. And there's already one down secret in Myron. You should have this player dead to rights, but no, Matios is ready for it. 3 versus 2. This makes it doable, but Matios on low HP. Only 1 smoke, a Molotov, and a flash for ODDIK makes this awkward.
That was the bomb spotted too. The only thing is Ponter can find an angle in towards the A side if he can slip through the heaven angle. Noxy goes down the ladder, so Ponter has the full control of A. He won't get faced though, and that actually might just leave Matios in a very bad spot. Ponter probably going to drop down the vents eventually as Matios goes up the vents. Noxy going back up the ladder. Does he spot up Ponter? Is the call going to be worth it? 30 seconds on the clock. ODDIK have to go for this. Matios making his way up. The vent is, I believe, open.
Yeah, the spam had to have opened it.
Yep.
Didn't spot him. Nades, though, choreographed. Noxy will force the issue. Burns alive, but he finds one. That should cement the round in his team's favor. Matios, is he even allowed to plant? No. At the last second, Deco swings. He finds the kill. I was worried they would let the plant slip, but they don't. That is big. That further hamstrings that T economy. And as you can tell, they're feeling the pressure already. Tactical pause called. Their money, it might have been good enough for an investment had they gotten that plant. Of course, that's not the reality of the current situation.
Yeah, that plant would have been imperative, and ODDIK played it right up until the last possible second. Noxie did a great job to secure that first kill, too. That was a worthy sacrifice. Yes, it does hamstring the CT economy a little bit, but stopping that bomb plant would have been a lot more difficult with 2 players alive for BESTIA, or for ODDIK, excuse me. And so Noxie had to make a choice. He had to either go for it or play a retake, which could go poorly. And he did exactly what he needed to do. Give his teammates the 2v1, the much higher win percentage play than the 3v2. Takes down the high HP player as well, which is absolutely huge. And ODDIK now find themselves down 3-0 on their own map pick, and they're on the Tech 9 pistols, Deagles. A couple smokes and flashes as well. Good nade damage outside on the night there. Noxie, though, that'll clue him into what's going on, but is he going to get out of here alive somehow, some way? He is still kicking for now. No nade to finish him off, but that is a beauty onto Luchav. Night Day says night-night. And now things get a little messy. Myron peeking in. Tech 9 takes him down. One for Noxie, but now the warning bells are singing. Molotov in. Domazin will burn or will fall to Woody. Either way, he was a dead man, and Deco and Noxie, a very hard retake up coming for them. Guns to be salvaged by ODDIK. The nade will not find a kill regardless where it lands. And that is one of the most unfortunate nades I've seen in a while. Retake smoke's not even really thrown, and this might be a save call for BESTIA here, barring an early entry from Deco. Nobody's speaking for ODDIK. It's good discipline from the T side in this post plant. Does spot one, but no. Save. Do not commit to this, BESTIA. You're already down enough. Do not lose the extra.
You can keep these players locked in towards the lobby. They might actually fall with the bomb. Turtle's gonna go down. No doubt in my mind. We know the radius now. Oh, no. It's instead Matios to fall. Woody and Turtle barely stay alive with only Tech 9s. No rifles recovered, but still, a half-buy victory is big.
Timeout worked out well.
Yeah, and again, Woody, talked about him as an opper. He's having a very solid start on pistols and rifles instead. Tactical pause used by BESTIA in response to their economy is now hamstrung. Noxie still has his op, sure. There's a FAMAS for Myron. There's an MP9 for Tomazin. There's next to no utility. Luchav can buy some up, but he might be more inclined to buy a helmet. I would say that's foolhardy. Buy utility instead. Very awkward spot at this stage. Either team could reset the other. ODDIK win this round, they should have a third and tie it up, which would be very big for the T side of Nuke. If BESTIA win it, they can reestablish their lead and momentum as the defense.
Very early timeout usage. A little game of the minds going on now. MP9 for Deco again. Op still in the hands of Noxie. That can do some damage to me to make it work well. His teammates are under the gun here. There's a nice little pick from Matios on the Luchav, who got a little too big for his britches pushing through. Not expecting the player top mini. That's where the gremlin spot really comes into play here, Nate. It's a good start for ODDIK here to try and turn the table. Deco getting farmed down to 46 HP. And no return at all for BESTIA here on the CT side. Tomazin has to be very careful as well. Naite around the right corner, looking to get this one done. An extra pick should just about solidify things as to ODDIK's advantages and where they want to go. But Tomazin has made the right read. He spots out two, takes down one, but only one. Cannot get any more damage further either. Smoke wall goes down outside. ODDIK with time and a lot of space to move. Still 2-2 split as we hit the under-minute mark. Deco's on top of Silo? Oh, this is huge.
Down below he falls, and Matios takes him down. It was going to be an awkward duel either way. I would expect it to go with Matios. And in the meanwhile, we had another casualty for BESTIA. The last life is Noxie. He has the op, no utility, a kit, that's something, but not much. Matios goes in towards A, regroups with the squad, has the bomb, be a free plant. And Noxie should not even consider this. He's playing down below vents, probably going for an exit or two. But a second on the board for ODDIK, and again, likely a third due to this CT economic situation. pause, not really doing much for the CT defense.
Noxie's got a save, but that's a great round again from ODDIK. Matios opening up a lot, and then Turtle as well, ponter. Woody hasn't had to do much on the ops yet. He's only had it one round, but no Opper's duel. Seems to be so much more rare in CS2, which is unfortunate because the Opper's duels are always fun. We might get one here, tail end, although Noxie would be wise to hide. He elects to. And we see a 3-2 scoreline with no buy coming forth from BESTIA. Unless they really want to force around the op, but that's a beyond risky call.
I'd say it's foolhardy, cocksure, ill-guided.
Oh boy.
How many more words can I think of? I don't know. This is a time to use a timeout.
I don't like it.
No, I don't
know
either.
you don't like it either for the same reason.
They just used one. It didn't work, and now they're using it when they have pistols.
Mm-hmm.
They must really see something fundamentally wrong with their defense to call a timeout now. And if they don't, they're just calling it to calm the nerves, then I would say this is a very short-sighted mistake.
Especially with only 3 timeouts throughout the game.
Exactly.
Really makes things more rough.
Pull up the stats from the last game just to see how it looked in terms of a round. Okay, 2 timeouts used in a row for BESTIA.
All right. There's no world where this is reasonable at this point.
No. Are they trying to call a tech pause and failing twice?
I would hope not. That is the most innocent and benign answer I can think of.
It's the most innocent answer I can think of, and also the only one that makes sense, because I don't know why you'd use 2 timeouts here.
Yeah, there's no reason to use your 2 precious timeouts here.
So, Boggs, just to give you the overall image of this map, it was a 7-5 half for both teams on the T side.
Okay, so T side favored slightly.
Very slightly, and I think it could go either direction for both these teams.
Mm-hmm. I can see how ODDIK would do well on the T side, although I would assume ODDIK's CT side would do stronger as well, because they looked all right, at least. Actually, no, it feels like we've seen a lot of more T side than it has.
There's the op gone.
Yeah.
Trying to jump up credit card. My theory. I think it's the Peeker's advantage, and the lack of multi-kill is much harder to multi-kill in Counter-Strike 2 than Counter-Strike Go. And the defense is largely predicated on getting multi-kills, because you only have 2 players on the site, or thereabouts. You have to get multi-kills and delay.
Yeah, and it's even hard to get 1 kill and fall away.
Very hard. Round over, in the blink of an eye. ODDIK take it, tied up, 3-3. BESTIA, rifles on the board. We'll have to see if those timeouts actually mean anything. Do they have a new strategy? Do they have something different? One thing that is very different is Noxie. He's on an M4A1S, not the op. He hasn't had the most tremendous impact with the op, so while the swap was a required swap, I still think it could work out better and more in his team's favor, especially the nade and a peek like that. Noxie drops Nithe crossing outside. That is a big and commanding start for BESTIA. And even more so, Galazine in ramp, Luchov supports. And it goes from abysmal for BESTIA, lots of questions, to a resounding shutout. Ponter, the last alive. He's had a decent map thus far, tied with Woody for most amount of kills on his team. But in a 1 versus 5 with over a minute left and no bomb control, this round is as done as it gets.
Ponter, if he can get 1, helps out a little bit as far as economic damage is concerned, but he will actually clear Africa, but he's not going to clear deep enough. He's dead. Love that little cubby hole. That is one of my favorites. And it's a well done job by Noxie to secure the flawless for BESTIA, gets them back in the lead. So the timeout does work for at least 1 round, Nate, but again, something to remember for all you folks at home, if there's any note takers here. No more timeouts for BESTIA. They have used all 3 prior to round 7 of this game. Noxie's
He's
back
right
on the
around
op. They
6-2.
threw out an M4 to... No, they got the op from Woody. So they didn't have to throw out an M4, technically.
Did not. Woody, though, talk about aggression. In towards Squeaky Door behind the Molotov, looking for an opening cut. The Gremlin press is called out. It was going to be an aggressive A split, or at least it appeared to be, with Turtle running cross top mini. With that one part of the split taken down, and the players towards the door effectively stalled in their entirety because of the smoke. ODDIK are going to go for an audible. Back off. And again, elsewhere. A minute 20 left in the round. Ponter showing presence in lobby. Meanwhile, the bulk of the squad is going outside into the yard. But Noxie's op. Actually, Luchov's op now. Should be waiting all the way back towards CT.
Ponter might be able to get the drop on Meyer, but that smoke is fading. Ponter's just been tagged by the op through Unbreakable. Noxie back up top in heaven, or rather Luchov up in heaven and sprayed down by Ponter. Matios takes down Noxie. Meyer does chime in with one. Woody's still around the corner. He will trade out onto Deco. But he's in a 1v2. This is technically winnable. This is very winnable.
Especially the shots Woody's been hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we talk about like setting up as an opper being almost a requirement in CS2, and yet both Woody and Henny showed tremendous proficiency in peeking, which is not very normal for a CS2 opper. They're maybe a bit ahead of the curve, if I had to guess. Woody dropping down. Next one hut, maybe? Doesn't spot Myron, though, and Myron found the perfect timing to walk out. He'll swing. He won't stop the plant, and he actually won't get the kill either. Woody, a chance, a distinct one. Here's the steps. He's late on the response, but he gets the kill, and he knows where the second is as well. Tomazin coming up the vents. Woody slowly swinging, doesn't get the flick. And that is what we mean when we say the op in CS2 is a bit different. He got so close to the line, but couldn't get across it. BESTIA reestablished a very narrow lead, but again, with only one player surviving, their economy isn't going to be built. It's actually going to be slowly dismantled. They'll have a solid investment in this one, but they won't have a lot of money left in the bank.
Not a lot of money left over for ODDIK, and they're going to call a timeout here. That's their second timeout. So out of the 6 total timeouts both teams have combined, we've seen 5 used, and we still haven't hit the double-digit mark. We're going into round number 9. This is...
It tells you how important these T-side rounds are to ODDIK.
Very. And also how BESTIA felt about their CT side, conversely. They don't have an issue with their T. They're thinking they need to shore up the defense here and get that 7-5 lead. And they have to really keep this clean, Nate. They already lost to a half-buy once. They cannot do it again. CS2, MR13, you're hosed if you lose to 2 half-buys.
Yeah, and that could reset their economy as well, so very important round. Keep it rather clean, ready for the aggression. And there we go, exactly like that. Myron burning one alive with spam from Luchov combining. The Optimus credit card for Noxie is a little bit aggressive. He needs to be careful about this rundown outside in the yard. Fall back. Myron hears the cross towards Secret. Luchov down below is going to run away. Smart call. Don't let them beat you with their numbers. Fall back and have your teammates support. He's in the cubby. They know he's here. They're going to run him down. No, not quite. He'll tag a couple. Finally finding one. No, it's Luchov and Tomazin. Tomazin on the AUG. Doubling down. The last alive is Matios, who was lurking outside. He still is, in fact. But with a deagle and no bomb versus the world, it's going to be near impossible. BESTIA lose 1, maybe a second here as the round concludes. But they did well to keep it convincing and rather clean.
Matios looking to do a little more damage to that economy. Here's all the fire going on. Noxie just let rip with the op. I think he's just trying to bait in some shots or something, but they know where Matios is now. He's let the hand cannon fly, and he destroys Noxie. Op will be recovered, but that's a neat little parting gift. Well, I guess Noxie played chicken, and he was the one who had to flinch. 6 on the board now, and BESTIA have now topped what they did the last time these two teams met yesterday afternoon. And a chance to get this half even stronger if they're able to convert this one against the rifle buy of ODDIK, which is still in a fledgling state economically.
It is Woody doesn't have the op either. Not only an AK, he's lacking utility in its entirety. ODDIK probably took a little bit too much in that last round, relying on a potential bomb plant to shore up the economic situation. Turtle again spammed to this door. That spam has been so oppressive. That Molotov might actually reach far enough. He runs away. Spam squarely favoring the CT side. The M4s, you can't follow tracers as well, and it looks like we might have a server issue. Perhaps, maybe not. Okay, we are coming back to us. A technical issue on the observer feed end. We should get that fixed sooner rather than later, but again, that round definitely felt like it was favored towards the defense.
We'll see what's happening as we're hopping right back into the game here. 5v4 advantage, BESTIA. Iron, though, in a dangerous spot, and Ponter has slipped all the way through. Deco trying to peek in the mini as well, gets dropped. Tomazin eliminates Ponter. And Meyer, there's a 1.5 onto Matios. Turtle and Matios both very low, one shot each. Noxie can go overkill with the AWP. And there is no helmet on Luchov, so he is vulnerable to that little one tap. It's going to have to be one taps for the ODDIK boys. This is an ugly one to try and salvage. They've done 2 kills worth of damage. Tomazin half HP, Luchov a little bit lower. But more damage required here for ODDIK to really put that CT economy, which they do not find. Luchov and Noxie delivering head blows. 7 to the CT side of BESTIA. ODDIK only 3 and no money to invest into this round again. Maybe a half buy if they're lucky. That is it for the Brazilian squad. Deagles, Deco looking likely here. Tech 9 for Night Day. They're buying down to about $1,000 in the bank. A little bit more on a couple of players here. Ponter and Woody sitting on the Glock. Woody saving for that op there. This is about to get really dire for ODDIK if they go down 9-3.
Very dire. I also want to highlight, BESTIA have done very well to prevent bomb plants. Bomb plants are what make the T side so oppressive. If they have the loss bonus with the bomb plant, they can buy rifles almost every single round. The fact that we've not seen many bomb plants at all really hamstrings this T side, really stymies the momentum they could potentially make. And of course, sends them the pistols. Very scrappy round in towards A, but they do get out the choke points this time around, making it a little bit more dangerous. Noxie and Tomazin. Now just Noxie is the deal. Matios connects. A 1v1. The Opera is spotted as well by Matios. Can't plant, but he can take the duel. The shot doesn't quite land. He gets legged. Matios running back. No bomb in his control either. Has to try and play the headshot duels as best he can. Swinging in, doesn't hit the shot. Noxie falls away. Noxie also taking the time now to reposition. This could go in either team's favor. It's all on timing. Matios playing the long game now. He's got a rifle in hand, and that could even the playing field despite the low HP. It's a one-shot headshot on the Noxie with his A1S. Does Noxie expect the full heaven flank? There's so many angles now that he has to be worried about. Matios, 25 seconds, walking in the door, clearing the angles. Noxie's holding for it, though. Noxie doesn't fire! Matios gets the headshot, and Matios steals the round. And the pistols finally come to fruition for ODDIK.
2 half buys. Nate. 2 half buys. This is incredible for BESTIA, the fact they still have this lead. It should be so much worse for them. This buy is not going to be great, but they can still do some work with it. Double MP9s. And 4 A1Ss. Noxie on that op again, but the deagle of Matios. That is a heroic play for ODDIK to keep them in this game. But BESTIA are doing everything they can to set themselves up for success on half number 2 on their opponent's map pick. Limited utility for both sides, too. This is going to come down to the wire.
It's a scrappy final round to a scrappy half.
It works better for the MP9s.
It does. Said the half buy should not be won twice in a row, but at the same time, BESTIA did very well, as I mentioned, to prevent bomb plants, and that's what's caused so many half buys. There's been like 3 or 4 on the side of ODDIK. It makes sense that at least one of them connects. 2, a little bit surprising, but again, still a commanding lead for BESTIA, still doing a lot for themselves. Again, already surpassing the scoreline they had in the last outing versus ODDIK. Echo in towards Hut, aggressive and expected. Matios clears it with his teammate. They get out the choke points. 3 kills going unanswered. Turtle another as he came out the door. He was towards old vents. It's just Omazin. He was the shining star. He is the shining star, but in a 1v5, it just doesn't seem possible. The spray connects, and ODDIK do recover. Can they find their own map pick? We'll find out after the break.
It's when the morning glows, I cannot hide myself from you. It's when my feeling grows, I'm coming back to you. When I step out, when I step out, when I step out, when I step out of the light, I come into the light. I will be happy, happy, happy. How could I not be, not be, not be? And hey, do you think I can stay? 'Cause I will be happy, happy, happy. How could I not be, not be, not be? When I'm with you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ODDIK on the defense now, and BESTIA wasting all three, not wasting, but using all three of their timeouts on the CT side, guaranteeing themselves a 7-5 scoreline at the very least, hoping to right their wrongs from yesterday. It's Pineapple, Phillips, and Boggs on the mic, and a second pistol round upon us. Woody, Turtle, double dualies, no kit, one set of utility, being a flash for Deco, P250 or P250 for Nocti. Slower round, outside control, the name of the game for BESTIA on the offense.
Woody already starts it open with the one onto Myron, and that is exactly the start that ODDIK needed on the CT side. It's the double dualies, no kit, so they cannot afford the bomb plant. Ponter on top of Silo. He's got such a good angle. Taps away onto Noxy. Reloads as Naite will fall, but Matios will get another loot job. Only good for one. It's up to Tomazin. And long range with the Glock will not avail him. pretty solid, clean pistol round for ODDIK. And now their CT side can begin the comeback. It is their map pick here. BESTIA. They only got 5 on the last CT side the last time they played ODDIK yesterday. But they did take it to overtime #1 with 7 on the T side. ODDIK going to try and avoid that. BESTIA looking to snag away their opponent's map pick. A little bit of revenge for what ODDIK did to them yesterday. Tech9's P254 spy for the Argentine squad. Lots of utility as well. Minimal on the flashes, but everything else is in plenty. M4A1's AUG and MP9. Woody on the AUG. Makes a lot of sense given his opping tendencies. And also just the AUG is very good in CS2. It was good and go, but didn't see as much use as it does right now in CS2, and I am loving it right now. The scoped rifles getting some appreciation. Naite has just slipped the gap here. Woody's already opened it up, but Tomazin expects him, and that makes it a little more difficult as players have slipped down secret, and Ponter is alone to defend.
I think Naite was spotted by Tomazin.
He might have been.
I think that was the actual issue there. You saw him jump up and look towards the back of Africa first before. It seemed like he definitely spotted him. That is a critical opening to find. Naite not having any fun on map 1. The 4 versus 4. BESTIA repositioning, rotating back around. Perhaps a B split. 1 towards secret. A couple towards ramp.
They're going back A, I think.
Seems like an ODDIK or putting a lot of emphasis on that player in secret. Double clearing it. Noxie's in the corner. They should know it. Spots the shoulder. Free kill for Ponter. ODDIK secure an advantage as they should with the rifles in hand. As I mentioned, BESTIA are looking good. They know that they're going down the vents instead. 1 and 1 dinked as well. That could have gotten a lot scarier had Myron finished off Ponter, but fortunately the P250 does not one-shot through helmets anymore. It's been quite a while since that was the reality of the game. BESTIA gonna be on a save for round number 15, and their lead has evaporated.
Lead has completely evaporated. And now we find them on Deagles, a Glock on 2, no utility, and no real chance of this round either. This is going to get more and more rough for BESTIA here, as ODDIK's going to get a lead out of this round. And the first gun round for BESTIA will have a lot of importance given how late into the half it's going to become. Turtle with the last one. It's a flawless, and 3 on the MP9 is perfect. 1,800 in the bank. And the full buy will be here for ODDIK. Will Turtle keep the MP9? Yes, he will. Even though there's more than enough money to invest into a rifle here. Woody could drop that AUG over and pick up an op as well. But they're going to stay on the MP9, and I guess it makes sense considering just how this map leads itself to some close. Never mind. They do get rid of the MP9 that late. I would have thought the op in Woody's hands would have been a good call, though.
It would have been. BESTIA first rifle round on the board. Again, this was a slightly T-sided map in the last meeting of these two teams. Still a sloppy one that went to overtime. Uchov. Looking for an opening. Just cover the cross. He's actually gonna go forward. Trying to put an unorthodox angle. Burned though down to 60. To be very careful about this crossing. No goodbye, but again, more Molotov damage down to 44. It's a slow one. Minute mark. Still everyone alive in the server.
Damage has been taken by BESTIA, though, so they're a little worse for wear here. Very slow round, 45 seconds. They finally start to get things going. Utility is not yet reined in. Noxie right now, the top hut molly comes in, smoke scores many flashes in, massive sprays, but no kills. The prayers are not answered. Finally, Naite and Matios equalize things. It's brought back by Noxie and Deco. Woody up in heaven is being a rock. The health on Noxie, only 11. And when you look at what is there for Luchav, it's not much better. 1v2 with only 44 HP and no bomb. You will recover that momentarily.
No time.
Yeah, it's over. Done.
It's done. Kill him after time, perhaps? No, ponter doesn't even want to do that. Just puts him out of his misery before, just in case. 9-7, ODDIK taking the lead on their CT side. And again, preventing BESTIA's bomb plants. That's the very important part of this game. It was very similar in the first half where ODDIK were unable to get plants. Now it's BESTIA unable to get a post-plant position. Really hurts the economy and forces them into what is now a half buy, but could have been a rifle buy if they had a little bit of extra cash.
That extra bomb plant has not been achievable for BESTIA, and that makes things a lot more difficult. The Eagles are out. No headshots yet from either side, although the nade strike onto Deco up top. Silo will do a lot of damage. Luchov, however, is the one to get the opening kill onto Matios. It's a good player to take down. Matios, Woody, and Ponter doing the vast majority of the damage for ODDIK. Naite on 5, Turtle on 8. Tomazin, top of the scoreboard for BESTIA. Luchov not far behind the two you want to see at the top, but you need a little bit more from guys like Noxy for sure. Noxy. Can he find the gap through the smoke? Naite 4 HP. Noxy will not go through. Does not want to risk it here. And instead, the bulk of the T squad side will scream in towards ramp as soon as Ponter reveals his position. Deco's in a very dangerous spot, though. Bomb can drop on the ramp. The Hares notice. There's one. Tomazin trades. B site open. Bomb plant here for BESTIA. But the vent drop is already through. BESTIA are taking way too long. They gotta get the bomb down. ODDIK are already in position to stall this.
Turtle out of the door. Pushes in, spots the one down below. Now stuck in the corners. Luchov support coming in from above, but Turtle wants the duel. Running out of ammo. Luchov wins it. Noxy gets a second. And BESTIA, despite their slow take, still take the round. 8-9 still trailing, but T-side round at last taken. And ODDIK using the 6th timeout of this first map. There will be no more tactical pauses called for the rest of regulation.
They finally lose to the half buy. It's BESTIA's time to deal out a taste of ODDIK's own medicine. And what a timely point to pull that off too, Nate. I mean, BESTIA, they would have gone down 10-7 at that point. Instead, they make it 9-8, and they break that CT economy. It's a swing round here and now. Although the money does lean heavily towards BESTIA, they only have Deco low on cash, so it's not even really a true swing. There is a lot of wiggle room still in that T economy, especially if they can get a bomb plant. BESTIA are in a good spot to turn this around. ODDIK now in the danger zone, not quite on the highway, but it's life in the fast lane at the very least.
Yes, it is. I'm interested to see what that AUG can do in lieu of the rifle for the T side. To be in the lineup utility outside. Up of a Woody spotted Luchov, or rather maybe just took a pot shot, but regardless, it does not connect. Drones have been very slow. Both sides playing very slow on their T side. BESTIA's getting control of lobby, sticking around, waiting for some sort of pressure. ODDIK have next to no utility remaining. No Molotovs, just a smoke, a flash, and a nade across 3 players. And that AUG will one-shot everybody in the head, might I add. That's an important factor to consider. It is, in effect, an AK with a scope for... Let's see. Tomazin finally finds someone getting aggressive. Ponter picking in ramp up close, taken down. And now BESTIA can actually go for a play. Matios, though, in towards door. 1 for 1 as Deco doubles down in response. Matios and Naite pressuring, taken down. The next one towards Hut fares no better. Turtle alone towards Mustang. A belabored spray for 1 and not a second. Tomazin, a good trade. A quick play in towards A again. Yields fruit for BESTIA. Going towards B on the half by last round. Going towards A on this one. Tie it up. And as you mentioned, break that CT economy. Now things are truly on the highway to the danger zone.
Oh, yes, they are. The highway has been achieved, and that's not exactly something that ODDIK want. It's just USPs and P2Ks. 1-2 kills, I think, would be a nice result for ODDIK, but for BESTIA, this is a fantastic scenario. They can get the lead late into this game and really start to push for victory here. Lucha with the opener. It should not be too much to write about this round. He spotted out 4. He does fall to the USP of Ponter. Ponter actually doubles it up before punished by Deco. But overall, BESTIA still have that money and still a massive amount of cash. ODDIK can buy up again, but they will not have the op on Woody. That is a problem. They will not be able to contest Noxy necessarily, and he's been decent with it so far on map number 1. BESTIA, they can run away with this map, convert this round, they go to 12-9. That's 3 map points on their opponent's pick of Nuke. BESTIA's T side still looking solid. ODDIK's CT side is looking red.
Definitely not looking the best. And now BESTIA are getting confidence. Straight across outside. They've made their own smoke for good measure.
I like it.
Extra gusto and gumption. It's totally probably unexpected.
Luchov's hitting shots, man. Let him shoot.
He took a good amount of damage from his own nade as well, or his team's nade, I should say. What he posted on this angle. The second in Matios, ready at the other side of vents. But the first kill goes with Tomazin. I think it's ramp again. Ponter taken down. Woody spotted by Luchov. And now with that information, BESTIA can just wrap back around in towards A. They've likely pulled a rotation down below because of the kill towards ramp. Again, BESTIA looking to make the right reads.
Drop into mini, flashing as well. Tomazin has dropped the bomb over to Deco. Luchov holding for a push. He takes down the first. Matios will not be attempted to be refragged by Woody, who instead retreats more on towards the site. This might be a save call from ODDIK already, especially if the Heaven player falls. It has to be a save. They can't afford to lose all these guns. Deco up on the railing, takes the advanced angle. Woody goes down as well to Luchov. It's up to Turtle in towards Hut, and try as he might, there is no way he can swim away from this. Molotov into Hut, will burn to be spotted. He's sprayed, and he is removed. BESTIA 11, ODDIK at 9. No money for the CT side, and BESTIA are so close to taking their opponent's map pick and starting their quest for revenge here for yesterday's disastrous result against ODDIK.
Was it 4 in a row to start the half in favor of ODDIK, and now 4 in a row for BESTIA in response? I believe it was.
3-4, yes it was.
4 for 4, streaky second half, but as we mentioned, BESTIA making the reads. I'm not seeing any real adjustments coming in from ODDIK. Since at this point, the BESTIA should have this one done and dusted. It's a half buy for ODDIK. Pistols and MP9s. 12 seems like a certainty unless we can see yet another half buy victory. That would be number 3 for ODDIK and number 4 overall. For those of you keeping track.
Where's the second kill here? It almost seems inevitable for BESTIA. They test Noxy. He will not fall, but he will not get the trade yet. Or I guess not really yet trade, but the second entry. A flash goes in, but BESTIA are holding their line. They're trying to get these pistols to peek in. The MP9 from Turtle and Woody as well. Go aggressive. Try us. Peek us. Fight us. What they want. Now they start to go. Myron and Deco explode in. 3 kills to the orange or the mustard or the brown, the yellow, whatever color you want to call it. Only Ponter left alone. And BESTIA, 5 alive in full control.
So if the T side is Team Mustard, what is the CT side?
Blueberry?
That is lame.
What, you want to call it Vegemite?
Vegemite blue?
No, it's like blackish gray.
It's
Not
like
gray, but
tar, right?
Purple, yeah.
It's disgusting. Vile. One there, maybe a 1, but okay, a second. Any damage is good damage despite the economy. Might bolster his individual confidence. He's finally dropped by Luchov, who will recover the op. The economy for BESTIA is as good as it gets. 15k for Noxy as he gets dropped to the op. So nothing really consequential coming of that round in terms of the exits, other than maybe some confidence for ODDIK. And they need all the confidence they can get. BESTIA are looking at this point towards a 1-0 lead, a far better start than their prior matchup yesterday. Keep in mind, it was a 2-0 for ODDIK in the opening round. Steve's still looking good. Woody trying to change things up, aggressive towards the ramp, getting behind the Molotov. ODDIK do need an opening. They need an advantage that they can use. They have yet to really find one in the second half.
Well, they have no other option. They don't find a round, Nate. They're done. ODDIK have to throw everything at the wall. Woody playing deep on the ramp. Will they dry peek him? We'll even see Tomazin. Oh, are they gonna go for the little cheeky boost over? They are. Timing works for Noxy. Woody, he was on the angle for so long. Looks down, thinking they're not gonna do it anymore. And Noxy says, peekaboo. It shuts him down. Ponter down on the B side. Turtle joining up towards radio. And maybe even another drop from Matios. But this is turning disastrous. Night, they caught by Luchov. Turtle will slip by double door, but Luchov outer yard has quelled the rotation. Just Ponter and Turtle left alone. Ponter swings, misses the fight. It's up to 1. It's 5 alive for BESTIA, and they are 1 kill from punching map number 1 into their win column and being 1 step closer, 1 map closer to revenge versus ODDIK. They've got the performances from Tomazin, from Luchov, Deco stepping up massively. Noxy has been solid on Nuke, and Turtle drops to Tomazin. 13-9, BESTIA have completed map number 1.
What a resounding return to form from BESTIA. We had a lot of questions coming into this series. The exact same 3 maps, as far as we know, the exact same ban order as yesterday when ODDIK won it 2-0.